You really need to know what's going on here. So we go something like this. And they begin then to, they get the idea. They're beginning to put it somewhere in their knowledge base, right? So their attention is up, and at about 15 minutes, it goes like this. Consistently, that's the case. Really, 15 minutes. So these are students who have energy, the drive, but what happens is we have a limited capacity in our operating memory, so about 7 plus or minus 2 bits of information. So that means that we're about, depending on the person and depending on the content, their familiarity with it, anywhere from 5 to 9 ideas. At 5, some people are sort of maxed out at 5 ideas. After that, they can't put it all together. They can't hold it there. Or up to 9. Wow, that's really a lot. So, excuse me. They then are trying to deal with that. So their mental energy gets into what have I heard? What's going on? Or else they just get lost. How often then, you watch students, if you can just sit back sometime and watch students in a lecture, how often they just kind of, after a while, they just put the pens down. They're done. Right? Because they're lost. They don't know what else to do. Why bother? Because I don't know what to do with it. And that's what happens. So think about what's going on. If you have a 60 plus or 120-minute lecture, you lost them 15, or how many minutes? So 120 minus 15 is 105 minutes ago. Wow. And we think then, so we're thinking, oh, we're dispensing all this information, we're really covering the material. That's only, a mirage. So the average student, in fact, not even the average student, the highly motivated medical students have this kind of behavior. The second study that was done was on undergraduates. It was the same time frame, a little less dramatic on the increase and decrease because they're not as dramatic or they're not as intense in their thinking. So, but at the same, nevertheless, the data showed the same thing. Human beings lose it after about that period of time. So here's what you do, and why we're going to be doing the engagement. So after about 15 minutes, you can do something like this. Simply say, turn to your partners and take 2 or 3 minutes and share your notes and where you missed something, help each other, write your note, fix your notes up. So you stop talking about 3 minutes or something. I mean, this is just one idea. Have them fix those notes and then say, okay, off we go. You go to the next chunk because then you have them somewhere about here or here. And then you can keep this for another 15 minutes, up to 30. You stop again and say, all right, now what I want you to do is to write a summary, a paragraph summary of all that we've said so far. So I'm going to give you, again, a minute. Write as fast as you can, but write a summary statement of that. In some cases, you may want them to turn it in. Other cases, you may, because you might want to say, how are they getting stuff? Or keep it in your notes, and then we're going to use that in the next thing. So then off we go another 15 minutes, and we do some other brief activity. Or it may be a larger activity at that point, where they have to build a little model out of what you said. Diagram this in some way. Show a group what your diagram is. Defend your diagram. Anything like that. And keep it moving that way. So you can still, if you feel like you have to talk to them about a number of things to efficiently and clearly organize material for them, that's one thing, but to do it uninterrupted and to believe that uninterrupted talk is more effective is a misunderstanding. So please think in terms of that engagement piece as something that's going to maximize outcomes for you and their learning, as opposed to being a disruption, a waste of time, or whatever else. Okay, questions about that? No? All right. So we are we're going to put that on hold for a minute because I just, we're set to go with we're going to finish off